the Mitsuoka body from Tomica's main line. The scale is 1:66, and if you know anything about Mitsuoka, which I'm guessing not many people do, they are a niche Japanese automotive customizer, I guess. You can't really call them a manufacturer, because what they do is they take mainstream models from Toyota, from Nissan, from Mitsubishi, from Mazda, and they give them sort of retro modern styling. Now the body is actually a Toyota RAV4, current generation RAV4, that's got a front meant to look like a Chevrolet K5 Blazer, and it's got some retro styled steel wheels as well. So without further ado, let's see what's inside. You have your typical Tomica cardboard box, you've got your typical Tomica plastic bag, nothing new there, and here is the model. Look at the front, like the Chevrolet K5 Blazer, all the way down to the imposing silver grille, the twin stacked headlamps, the chunky bumpers. This does not look like a Toyota at all from the front. Even the side, you'd have to really look at it and notice the silhouette and know what a current generation RAV4 looks like to recognize it as one. Of course, the two-tone paintwork also gives it a rather vintage vibe with a white roof. That's got some nice molding in the metal itself there, including the roof rails and the shark fin antenna, and the sky blue paintwork. Now the paintwork isn't perfect, you can see some imperfections here. I think this model has slipped through Tomica's quality control, because the paint job on it is not that great. I'm not very pleased with that. That doesn't mean I'm going to give this model away or anything. It's still going into my collection, but it's not what I'd call one of Tomica's better efforts. At the back you can see you've got the Mitsuoka text there. That's picked out quite nicely. You've got the red tail lamps as well painted on, and if you look at the side, you'll find one of Tomica's generic wheel designs, but being an off-roader, an SUV rather, they've given it a sort of ribbed appearance to simulate chunky treads on the tires. That's a nice touch as well. If we look at the inside, we can see it is a right-hand drive vehicle, 5 seats. The entire interior is in black, so we can't really glean much from it. It's a basic detail interior that's mostly restricted to just molding the different elements, like the infotainment screen binnacle there, for example. You don't get any painted details on the interior in the Tomica mainline. If you look at the underside, you can see there's some detail there as well. The front subframes picked out, the rear differential, the exhaust barrel and the twin tailpipes. You can see this is number 21. The year is 2021 on this model. The scale is 1:66. It's a Mitsuoka body, and it's made in Vietnam, as most of Tomica's models tend to be. We've also got suspension, as you'd expect, and being an SUV, the suspension travel is a bit more. So what remains is, let's see how does it roll. Okay, not too bad. Slightly a little less free rolling than some of the other Tomicas. Maybe there's some friction in the suspension mechanism going on, because the suspension mechanism does consist of metal pins touching the axle, so you've got some friction going on there anyway. But otherwise, yeah, quite a nice model, if I can ignore the paint job, that is, which I most likely can. I mean, you know, I like every model that I buy. When I buy a model, I buy it because I want that model, not just because I've got to have it. So there you are, the Tomica mainline Mitsuoka body.